all black. Born to be a rebel. After this, I might go and water down the devil. Listen to everything around me, I can't see. Picked a dozen roses and left them in Galilee rolling thunder. Don't hear my cry, don't let alibis pass you. I finally starting to realize, never give up and go. I can't watch TV, it's all a lot, tired of trying, go ahead and fly everybody.
Time was tight. We had an autograph signing in just a few hours, but I wanted to make sure I got enough work in with the new guys. The practice seemed to fly by. We all left the field feeling pretty pumped for our next game together.
Today, from Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte, North Carolina, Sterling Operator sets to it's Week 5 of the NFL on EA Sports.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
At their own 29-yard line.
Newton on first down. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. It's a first down on a gain of 10. So this offense, Charles, we've heard of teams acquiring nicknames. You think about maybe the Legion of Boom, the greatest show on turf, the Monsters of the Midway. Well, this offense, they have a new nickname now as well. Self-proclaimed, calling themselves History in the Making. Kind of has a nice ring to it.
Yeah, and it rolls off the tongue real smooth too, doesn't it? I know they've got to back it up, but I can't wait to watch them play now myself. When you talk about history in the making, it's happening right in front of us each and every time they go out there and play. Let's take a step back, grab some easy chairs, and watch history in the making ourselves.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. He's going to look deep for more. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. Bridgewater on first down. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. To throw, Bridgewater. Blitz coming, and down he goes. CD, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything. 3rd and long now after the sack. And we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. From the gun, Bridgewater. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Baker. They stop him for only 3 that time. And
wait, their quarterback name is Bridgewater too? Well, that's pretty cool.
In the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, the game the underneath stuff, you got to go and make the tackle right away.
And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest, right down at the 1-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. That'll go for a gain of 13, helping big time to get away from that end zone. First down. You know, Charles, this offense, you and I talked about it off air, but they already had a lot of weapons. But since we last saw them, they've added another piece to the puzzle. Is it possible, though, that maybe at some point you make too many moves, you tinker a little too much?
It's possible. There's no doubt about that, because sometimes you can look at it, have it almost perfected,
Bitch, McCaffrey
and say, let's
you.
add one more,
Bitch.
and it doesn't quite work out. That means you've got to know
Told
who
you.
you're bringing in, and you have to know your locker room and how they're going to gel together and find a way to make it work. And right now, it's working really well for this crew.
16 yards, a first down. Throwing again is Newton. That's to McCaffrey, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
Oh, nearly a disaster there on the check down, but they'll get it back. And that is incomplete. There is no denying they want to get him involved. That's already the 5th time that they've looked his way in this first quarter.
So that tells me defensively that they want to insist on going in that direction. Make sure you get your best people in the area. To try and take that away.
Now remember, they were unsuccessful earlier in this first quarter. Going for it on 4th. They're going to try a second time. And now he'll turn, and off his back foot, he'll heave this deep. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. And the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Now a play fake here on 1st down. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
To try again after the sack. Bridgewater. That's caught by the tight end, Herb Smith Jr. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26.
Bet you don't do it again.
First down. Bridgewater. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Brian Burns able to record his 5th sack of the season. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Another try after the first down sack. Bridgewater.
Roughing the pass.
But this is intercepted. Picked off right around the 40.
There we go. Now we don't even get the ball.
Get the football at their own 47-yard line. Wow, so wipe out the INT roughing the passer. What a disaster.
An absolute disaster, and you hope their lockers are not right next to each other for the postgame. Safe to say one is not buying the other dinner.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. We're scoreless after 1.
It's the end of the first quarter with no scores.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Bridgewater under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
Throw outside complete. It's Baker. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Smith catches left side. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
He steps out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
Throwing. Bridgewater to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. He's at the 40, 20,
That's right, baby. It's
10,
all me.
5, and he takes it into the end zone. It's a fumble.
And Burns got it.
That's what you call
Burns made a fumble, and Burns picked it up.
Big man with football. He wasn't just earning lunch, Brandon. He was earning dinner. He was
midnight snack.
Everything that you could possibly do, he did it on that play to pick up the ball and go.
So now out is the Panther offense as they'll come in and go for the two-point try. And he's got it. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. And boy, things switched on a dime here. The fumble recovery for the touchdown and also the two-point try on top successful.
That feels like a momentum call. Pick it up on a fumble return, take it the other way for a touchdown. That's demoralizing for a team to have it happen against them. So the offense just says, you know something? Let's add to it. Pile on top.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Bridgewater now after the fumble recovery. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Tight end Irv Smith, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
It moves to 2nd and 10.
Bridgewater now. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Third down, Bridgewater. And that's incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board. But he's got a man complete. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Carolina. Curtis Samuel, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Panthers strike quickly here for 6 points.
For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is... Sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Well, split the difference, and they're right where they would have been with 2 PATs. They got the 2-point conversion the first time. They failed there.
Interesting, isn't it? Because the first time you go after your first score, that feels like a gamble. The second time when they tried it again, that felt like, what the heck, right? Because, as you said, even if you miss it, you split the difference, and you're right on schedule.
Now a hit and a loose football. scoreless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Ball security eluded him. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Out of the gun, Newton. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And the Panthers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And the Panthers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. He couldn't quite reach the chalk, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. There we go now as they will again try for 2. From the gun, here's Newton.
The attempt at the 2-point
CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
I know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 46.
Now following the interception, here's Newton. And off his back foot, he'll heave this one deep.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards it.
This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers add on to their lead.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now, you can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size.
And he loses the football a 2nd time. Still going inside the 30. And it's picked up by the Panthers.
Oftentimes when we talk about piling on in any subject, it's a negative. In this case, for this team, it's a real positive. Just scored. Now they go down, knock the ball free, get it back. They got a chance to really increase their lead.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers, Jim. Continue to pour it on. Now the Panthers once again will line up to go for two. A shotgun snap for Newton. That's caught at the 2. And he will get into the end zone again. And he seems to have a nose for it as he gets both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion.
Justin Rohrwasser set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, Rohrwasser handles the kickoff duties. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And in a spot like this, still more than a minute. I think if you put something on the board before halftime, that would go a long way towards helping them get back into the game.
There actually is something to the psychology of the game at times, isn't there? How much better would they feel running into the locker room, as you noted, with something on the board in a positive fashion? You're exactly right. It's a great opportunity to get that.
Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. They're at the 18-yard line. Great field position here in the red zone. He already had the 1 fumble loss, so now 2 fumbles lost here in this first half.
Not setting the pace the way that you want it done. I mean, here in the first half, already twice the ball's come out and hit the turf. Got to find a way to take care of it. Otherwise, they may have to start thinking about maybe someone different at that position.
He was trying to get that one into the hands of Christian McCaffrey. 2nd and 10, Newton again. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking to get that one to DJ Moore, and that'll make it 3rd down. To throw is Newton. He's going to take a shot for the end zone.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
And the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. And that makes them now 0 for 3 on 4th down attempts.
A lot of people would say they're showing a lot of guts.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But a Viking was able to corral this one, and Minnesota will keep possession. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. On 2nd and 12, Bridgewater, and his throw is incomplete. He was trying to find Justin Jefferson there, but now it's 3rd down. Now Cook. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up early to beat the 17. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll be a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. Here's Sterling Hoffrichter now, standing just outside his own goal line. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And taken right on the 30. So we've reached halftime. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter.
Justin Rohrwasser set to kick off.
The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it out past the 30.
Here we go, let's get him.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down.
Now he's hit. Bridgewater loses the football. But a Viking was able to corral this one, and Minnesota will keep possession. Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. Bridgewater setting up the screen for Cook. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves him just short for fourth down.
They dialed up the screen pass on third down, and for a second, it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a first down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Told you.
This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
And he did not want to go down there as he carries tacklers for a solid gain of 9. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. With that last effort, he has reached now 10,000 career rushing yards. Congratulations.
Big-time congratulations.
And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Christian McCaffrey with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And this offense continues to pour it on. Sometimes a group that gets overlooked, certainly, the offensive line. Right there, they really helped with that score.
Didn't they tell us in our meeting that when we score touchdowns running the ball, that means the offensive line actually scored first by moving people back beyond the end zone? We saw evidence of that on that play.
Following the touchdown, Rohrwasser handles the kickoff duties. Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
Yeah, they actually took forward to that ball. How?
As they get it up past the 35. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
You know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
From the 38, Bridgewater over the middle to Smith. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
A gain of 6 yards. And it's third down.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. To throw is Bridgewater. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up fourth down. Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth. And we're back now in Charlotte. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. And this is incomplete. The Vikings unable to convert here on fourth. And the Panthers will get the football back. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant. Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain there of 30 big ones. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles. It certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long. And I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them. And now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2.
And a lot of times, these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he was able to shed 1 tackle, but could not get away from there. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. From the gun, Newton. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone can stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that's leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now, because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
Following the touchdown, Rohrwasser handles the kickoff duties. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
I'm gonna make them from Washington.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get...
Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football. And it's picked up by the...
Told you I was going to make them fun of it.
Start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
Well, partner, I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as extremely frustrating. Here we are in the 4th quarter, and that last play, that turnover, I think it epitomizes what happened to them all day on offense.
So symbolic, and that's why they're still being shut out. A gain of 3, 2nd down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
He was brought down by Ben.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He's going to look deep. And this is caught inside the 5. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Here's a run with Mixon, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Justin Rohrwasser set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, Rohrwasser handles the kickoff duties. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
At their own 37-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth-quarter hole. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Roughing the passer.
Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. The penalty is a result of that hit there.
Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
Okay, this isn't one where you want to take the game tape and hold it up as an example, do you? I mean, you talk about frustrating all the way through. And that last error, I think that crystallizes it, doesn't it?
Absolutely. That's been representative of their entire game still being shut out.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they have to walk away from that field like, okay, I can stand up when the door gets tough in here.
I don't think there's anyone who can possibly doubt how fast he could run on the open field, but if there were, he silenced those thoughts there. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill, but remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes, and that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th.
Personally, I'd rather see them kick the extra point there than to go for 2, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get 2. You got some pretty ticked off folks on the other sideline now.
That game has gone final in Foxborough, and the Falcons sort of opening things up there. A win, if they can get it, would be their first on the year. On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Smith. Oh, it's out. Smith lost it, and the Panthers have recovered. Following the fumble recovery, Newton taking a shot for Samuel. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down. Newton's going to throw it. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, up a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for Carolina, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0.
Keep it real with me. She said she ain't trying to do